HubSpot chat listener is the most powerful way to collect information about how users interact with HubSpot chat on your website. With the listener, we can collect information directly from the data layer when messages are sent from agents, when a chat is started by a user, when a message is sent from a user, and also when a user enters their email address into the chat. Each of these will push unique events into the data layer that can be found on this screen. In addition, the listener allows you to write rules to push custom values into the data layer based on user characteristics and activity. And then you can store data layer activity or additional details in the user's browser using local session or cookie storage. It's important to note that when we first turn on some activities, we're not going to have any variables available in ListenLayer. Once the features are turned on and we publish ListenLayer to our website, the listeners will begin to collect information from chat activity and populate the variables screen with variables that you can then use to write custom rules. So let's go ahead and publish the chat activity and take a look at what that does on our website. So here we are on our test website, and as we load the page, we can actually drill into our data layer values in the console, and we can see that the HubSpot chat listener is now enabled. We also have a HubSpot chat instance here. So I'm going to act as a user here and start a chat. What you can see is that in our data layer, we pushed a chat started event and a message from user. And these events include automatically collected values, which are characteristics about the chat activity, as well as some custom values if we were to have any custom rules written in ListenLayer to push values into this custom values section, which we currently do not. Let's say I'm going to enter my email now. What we should find is an additional event here called HS chat user entered email. So if we jump back to ListenLayer here, take a look, we have these various features turned on. Each of these is an individual feature of this listener. And as this activity occurs on the website, structured data is pushed into the data layer along with these events, which are the same event names that we saw on the other screen. Let's take a look at how this appears in Google Tag Manager in the debug mode. So now we have the debug open. We're going to send a message from our chat. And what we'll see in debug mode is that Google Tag Manager is actually able to read our data layer. And all of the elements from the data layer are available now inside of Google Tag Manager. And so you can use this event name or any of the other event names we were looking at to write rules to create triggers inside of Google Tag Manager. You can also, of course, incorporate any of these variables which exist inside of the data layer. This becomes extremely powerful because you can set up a listener one time and build a very simple or very complex tracking framework on your website. And you can collect a lot of information very easily about how users are interacting with HubSpot chat. So jumping back into our ListenLayer interface here, this listener also includes a monitoring feature and a reporting feature. The monitoring feature allows you to write rules, which when met will trigger a notification to be sent to you. And these rules are based on specific activity in the data layer. So you can be notified when a certain event occurs, or perhaps when it doesn't occur. And if you have the right level of account, you can also turn on the data layer reporting, which will collect certain information from your data layer and make that available in real time inside of the ListenLayer interface.